You can pick the man who seems emotionally intelligent, consistent, and safe, and he can still betray you. Because you can't vet betrayal. There's no sure way to tell if that guy will betray you one day or not. It's not a reflection of your lack of self worth or discernment. Sometimes it's just a reflection of him. His choices, his integrity, his inability to honor the love he was given. We talk so much about accountability and red flags, about choosing better, that we start to believe if we do everything right, it'll guarantee protection from being hurt again. But the truth is, no amount of healing makes you immune to someone else's poor decisions. You can't control how another person shows up. You can only control how you love, how you trust, and how you recover when that trust is broken. So if you loved with honesty, if you gave with intention, if you chose from a healed place, don't carry his betrayal like it's your burden to bear. You did everything right. You showed up as the woman you promised yourself you'd become. And that matters more than how it ended. If you truly choose well, meaning he treated you well, you had good memories, and there was mutual effort for a time, then be grateful you got to experience something meaningful, even if it didn't last. Take the lessons, cherish the moments that were real, and release the rest. Don't beat yourself up for trusting. Don't shrink your capacity to love because the man mishandled it. You can't always prevent betrayal, but you can always choose how you rise from it. Where I'm reading from is a post I wrote the other day that is on my Threads account. I've been that girl too. And it will probably be up on my Instagram account. I've been that girl too by the time this video comes out. Now, let's get into today's podcast episode. So, we live in a time where if you were betrayed, then it must have been something you've done wrong. It must have been a sign that you've missed. Like it's somehow your fault for not seeing the betrayal coming. But what if you didn't miss anything? What if that man just changed? What if he wasn't who he claimed to be when you first met him? Sometimes betrayal isn't about your intuition failing you. It's about someone failing their own character. And once you realize this, it can be freeing. Because if you know you have done the work, you've raised your standards, you're no longer going for dusty men, you've raised your self love, you've raised your self esteem, and you know your worth, and you feel like you choose well, yet somehow betrayal still found you. It's not exactly that you did not choose well, it's not that you made a mistake. It's just that sometimes men make choices that go against the very love that they begged for. And so I can't tell you that you won't ever be hurt by betrayal again, but I can tell you that you don't have to make betrayal your identity. You don't have to walk around afraid of what man might hurt you next. You don't have to be afraid to not love again. You don't have to be halfway present, halfway in and halfway out. You don't have to put up your emotions and never emotionally attach to a man again. Because when you realize that even your best effort won't guarantee that you won't ever be betrayed again, and it won't guarantee a man's loyalty, you will also realize that you don't have to live in fear anymore. Because if betrayal can happen even when you do everything right, then you might as well keep showing up fully and loving fully. Keep showing up honestly. Because the problem was never that you loved, it's that someone didn't know how to honor that love. So personally, I've never been hurt by a good man, if you will. I was hurt by men that I saw all the red flags, knew they weren't shit, but still decided to choose them because I just had to see if it was going to work. And I loved them so much because I fell for the love bombing. So I guess I wouldn't quite say that that was betrayal, although it was painful. Because deep down, I knew that those men were going to hurt me. They were hurting me from the beginning, but I just kept going back because I thought we could work. However, when I changed, when I grew, when my self love grew, and when my self esteem grew, and I expanded into my self worth, I decided right then and there that for one, I was never going to be hurt like that again. And two, I am only going to date men that I can benefit from. And I don't mean benefit from in like a transactional way, but more so in a reciprocal way. Because I felt like that I can't prevent anyone from hurting me, but I can at least be loved well while I'm with them. So what it looks like when you choose a man that you can benefit from, looks like a man that can reciprocate, a man that can add value to your life, a man who can nurture you, a man who is generous, a man that can make you feel seen and heard and loved, a man that is chivalrous. Just overall, a man whose presence adds value to your life and doesn't take away from your life. So when I started dating men that I can benefit from, men that could treat me well, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that's when I stopped being so afraid of a man betraying me. Because I realized that I wasn't choosing from a lack anymore. I wasn't choosing to prove my worth to a man, to make a man choose me, to make a man want me, to get a man's validation, to make a man change for me. I was choosing from overflow. Because even if that relationship ended, I still gained something meaningful. Versus in my past toxic relationships, where I was just pouring and pouring just to be left with nothing in return. That kind of pain really, really hurts you and it leaves a mark on you. And so I was determined to not feel that way again, to not betray myself again. I feel like self-betrayal is really the worst type of betrayal. Like, yes, it hurts when a man betrays you, but it hurts worse when you betray you. I betrayed myself in those past toxic relationships. I was the one that went against what didn't feel right, that ignored the red flags, that thought I could make a man change for me. That was self-betrayal. And to heal from self-betrayal, I feel like a part of you is broken. And to heal brokenness, it takes a long time. However, if a man betrays you, yes, it's hurtful. Yes, it's disappointing. And it can even be heartbreaking. However, it's not you healing from a place of brokenness. It's you healing from someone that changed on you. Therefore, you're not coming from a place of, I gave my all for nothing. You're coming from a place of, well, I was loved well. He just switched up on me. And so you're more so healing from the disappointment and the betrayal of him, not your self-betrayal on top of the betrayal of him. And so that's why I always advise ladies to date men that you can benefit from. It's okay to trust a man, but trust yourself more and trust that you will be okay with or without that man. You don't have to half love a man. You don't have to have no emotional availability while in that relationship with him. You don't have to close yourself off. Love fully. Because if you're loving a man that you are benefiting from, there's nothing wrong with that. You're being reciprocal and he's being reciprocal. You can't prevent anyone from changing up on you. So while you're with the man that you can benefit from, just enjoy everything that he is bringing into your life. Let him treat you well. Let him do all the kind things for you. Let him get you flowers. Let him take you out on dates. Let him bring you gifts. Let him be there for you emotionally. Choose the man that is emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, all of these things. So therefore, you are at least benefiting from this situation and you're not pouring and giving your all for nothing. That hurts in the end when you are left with nothing, when you gave your all for nothing. At least in the end, with a man that was treating you well, with a man that you were able to benefit from, at least you gain something from it. That's the whole reason for dating a man that you can benefit from. And now you may be questioning, well, if he's a man, a good man that I can benefit from, why did he betray me? That means he shouldn't betray me. That means he shouldn't have hurt me. He wasn't a good man then. Maybe that's true. However, did you benefit from it? Did you get something out of it? Were you being loved well? Were you being treated well? Remember, you cannot control a man. You cannot control people. You cannot control what they do. I can't tell you how to make a man not betray you, not hurt you. But I can tell you to date a man that you can benefit from. So in the event that he does hurt you, if he does hurt you, at least you've gained something from it. At least you're not left with nothing. That is the whole point here. The point here is not to be afraid of being betrayed. It's not to prevent betrayal. It's not to date the man that won't betray you, because any man has the ability to betray you. A good man can hurt you. It's helping you to release the anxiety and fear of being hurt again, of being disappointed again, of being betrayed again. It's to help you to not feel like a fool in the end, to not look like a fool. Because if you were loved well and treated well, did everything right, and that man still betrays you in the end, he is the fool, not you. Because honestly, being in a healthy marriage, I've thought about, like, what if my husband betrays me one day? What if he cheats? What if he hurts me one day? I've thought about this because I talk very highly of him a lot. And I can just imagine one day I had to get on here and be honest with y'all and be like, y'all, I'm getting a divorce. My husband betrayed me. My husband hurt me. My husband cheated on me, or whatever, you know? And I thought about it, like, I won't feel like a fool because this is not the same type of relationship as my past toxic relationships. I have been loved very well in these 10 years. I have gained so much. My life has elevated. My life has been added to. You know, I chose well. My self-love is here. My self-worth is here. Hell, I've even done more healing in this healthy space. I've gained so much. I won't look at the marriage as a fail. I just look at, like, he switched up on me. He changed. It happens. Goodbye. I'll be okay. Yes, I will be, disappointed. And I may cry. I'll be a little sad. But I won't be broken. You have to realize that once you have expanded into your self-worth and self-love, and you are a different type of woman than you were when you were in your past toxic relationships, if you've ever had toxic relationships, once you realize that you are at that stage in your life and you know how to choose men, you know to choose better, and you know to choose men that are going to be good to you, you're not settling anymore. Once you know that you have gotten to that point, you know that you can live with or without a man. You know that you will be okay. No one wants to be hurt. No one wants to be betrayed. I get that. But you can't control people. And if you want love, marriage, healthy relationship, then just choose the man that you can benefit from. Choose wisely. Choose a man that's good to you. Because love is always a risk. There's no getting around that. But you can at least choose the man that is less likely to hurt you, so that you can enjoy your time while you're with him. So if you've been betrayed recently, stop asking yourself what you could have done differently. Start reminding yourself that you did everything right and that you just can't control a man. You can't prevent a man from betraying you. You loved deeply, you trusted openly, and you gave your best. That's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to be proud of. You cannot always vet betrayal, but you can always vet your recovery. You can always choose to move on gracefully and not let that pain harden you. And never regret being a woman that showed up genuinely with real love. Because being betrayed does not make you foolish. If anything, that man that betrayed you, the one who was there loving genuinely and fully, he is the foolish one. Always remember that. If you haven't already, check out my book, This Is For You, So Much to Unlearn Plus Relearn, out now. Volume 2 is coming out soon. And also, I have a journal, So Much to Unlearn Plus Relearn, that goes along with that book. Oh, and also I have a journal, Getting Over Him and Back to You. That could help if you are coming out of a toxic situation and you're trying to get over him and get back to you. In that journal, there are some very deep, thought-provoking prompts. It's not just the general cliche type of prompts. These are prompts to get to the root of why you chose that man and stayed in that toxic relationship to begin with. So, it's a very healing book. Also, I have one-on-one mindset and intuitive coaching. All of this will be linked in the description below. So, that's all I got for this podcast episode, girlfriends. Until the next one, peace out.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?